Dear students, today we are going to discuss one of the most important aspect of management, that is coordination. Why it is considered as the most important aspect? Because many managerial experts says that coordination is also one of the important functions of management. But in general, we will not consider it as a functions of management. It will not be considered as a function. But here coordination is there everywhere in management. All the functions of management will wind up, or it will be wound up with the force of coordination. So what is coordination? For an example, we have told that management is a group activity. It involves a group of people, and their efforts will help us to complete a task and accomplish the goal. So, if there is a group of people, their individual effort should be put together to accomplish the group activity. So, in order to put together the effort of each individual, a separate force is to be used. And that force which motivates the employees to put together their effort in the accomplishment of an objective is called coordination. So that is the force. That force and motivating force should be applied, and that is the duty of the manager. So manager makes a move, or according to his efficiency, he will make or motivate or induce the people to do all these activities. So for that, what force he uses, that force is called coordination. So coordination we can explain as is the force that binds all other functions of management. It's a force that binds all other functions of management. All other functions of management means this is, we have told that this also was considered as one of the function of management, but in general now it will not be. It is not considering as a function. So everywhere in all other functions like planning, for planning work also coordination is needed. Organizing, staffing, directing, controlling, all the functions. There everywhere there is an involvement of the force or that effort taken by the manager to motivate or induce the people to do. So that is called coordination. It is considered as an invisible thread. So coordination can be considered as an invisible thread that runs through all activities. So that invisible thread means an invisible effort taken by the manager to run all these activities together to get the work done. So that is what is called coordination, and we are going to discuss what are the characteristics of coordination. The most important characteristics of coordination is that it integrates group effort. We have told that it integrates group effort. It means it integrates the effort of each individuals to make their effort a group. So a group can do the work better than an individual, because many individuals forms a group. So that integrated efforts of individual will help the group to do work. So that is with the help of coordination. So coordination integrates the group effort of people. Coordination integrates the effort of people to make the work a group work. Another one is ensures unity of action. See, with the help of, with the involvement of management, with the involvement of the coordination of management or manager, there there ensure a unity of work. That means a group will do the work as the feeling of oneness. Group will do the work with the feeling of oneness because of the presence of coordination. So that is ensured by the manager. The next, it's a continuous process. Coordination, we have told that in the case of management, we have told management is a continuous process. Since management exists every time, or since management exists always, coordination also exists along with the management, because without coordination, management cannot work. So management coordination is a continuous process, just like management. It is a never-ending process. It exists as long as the organization exists. The next one, it's an all-pervasive function. It also just like management, it's an all-pervasive function. It can be seen everywhere. In a business organization, in a non-business organization, then if the organization is a small one, there also we can see coordination. And if the organization is a bigger one, if it is a bigger one also, we can see the presence of coordination. So coordination is all pervasive everywhere. And apart from that, in all the levels, either in top level management, middle level management, or lower level management, everywhere we can see the existence of coordination. The next one, it's the responsibility of all managers who has to maintain coordination in the organization. That is the duty of the manager. So it's a manager's responsibility. So if coordination is not there, we cannot feel an efficient management in the organization. So in order to make the management efficient in an organization, we should have a coordination. So it is the responsibility of all managers, and it's a deliberate function. It is a deliberate function because we have told that it is the responsibility of manager. So he should deliberately exercise coordination in the organization. So purposefully he has to initiate the workers, or he has to motivate the employees to do the work. So it is a deliberate function of management. So once again, it integrates group efforts, it ensures unity of action, it's a continuous process, it's an all-pervasive function, and it is the responsibility of all managers and deliberate function. So we have told here that in the beginning we have told that this coordination is an indispensable function, or it is the essence of management. Now it is clear that why it is called as the essence of management. Because management exists because of the existence of coordination. So without coordination, no managerial work can be performed. That's why it is called coordination is the essence of management. The main ingredient in management is coordination. Then let us see what are the importance of coordination. What are the importance of coordination? The first one is that growth in size. It helps the organization to grow into a bigger organization. How it is possible? So we have told that an efficient management exercises coordination. That coordination helps to reduce unnecessary activities, wastage, etc. If wastage is less, unnecessary activities are eliminated, the workers will work efficiently. And efficient workers can make the organization to perform efficiently. So cost can be minimized, profit can be earned. With that profit, that business can grow. That profit can be used for the that improvement of the business, expansion of the business, or growth of the business. So the size of the business will be improved or increased. So coordination helps in to grow in size. So it helps the growth of the business organization. Then next, it makes functionally differentiated organizations. That means it helps to make different functions, or it helps to identify different functions separately. See, we have told that it's an essence to make group effort. So let us consider production department. So there are employees who are busy in doing all the production or production related activities. They are doing the work in a group. So we can feel that this all the work are done for all production activity. So it helps for the production. So that is separated. Then like marketing, the employees of marketing department, what they do, they collect the product or give the advertisement or marketing the product. So like a group of activities which help for the marketing of the products are carried out there. So like that, according to the nature of the work, nature of the coordinated work, we can differentiate each functions. It can be identified. Then the next one is specialization. So specialization is also an importance of coordination. Why? Because see, in order to carry out a particular activities, which type of employee will be appointed there? An employee who is expert in doing the work will be appointed in that department. Then only he can do and he can do the work efficiently. So for example, in a finance department, an employee who can handle the accounts and other matters will be appointed. An employee who is expert in production will not be posted to the finance department. So in order to carry out work perfectly, an employee who is expert in that field will be appointed into that department. So specialization will be guaranteed by coordination. So these are the most important points of significance of coordination. And once again, growth in size. That means coordination helps to grow the helps for the growth of the business organization. Why? Because the coordination helps the employees to work efficiently and effectively, and that will contribute for the betterment of the business organization. And the coordination helps us to differentiate each functions, because in each function employees works in a group, and that group effort forms that organization or that department separate from other departments of the organization. And there ensures specialization, because in order to get an efficient work, employees who are specialized in that field will be appointed there. So specialization can be ensured. So these are the importance of coordination.